This is the 7th grade worksheet for lesson 12 and I'll be covering it. So the first part, we have a pig weighs 42.3 kilograms and a goose weighs 19.7 kilograms. How much heavier is the pig than the goose? So it's asking what is the difference in weight between the two animals. So you just do 42.3 minus 19.7, and when you subtract them, I'll just write it like this so it's easier to see. So when you do the math, you get 6, 2, 3. It should be C. That's your answer. Because when you subtract them, you get 22.6. Martin scored 120 points in a video game, and Mary scored negative 30 points. How many more points did Martin score than Mary? So it's asking how much more points did Martin score more than Mary. So you would take 120 and then you would subtract it by Mary's points to see how, like, the difference, because it's the same problem. We're trying to find the difference in points. Negative 30. When you have a problem like this, it's like a number minus a negative number. Since there's two negatives, they multiply with each other and you just get a positive. So then you just get 120 plus 30, because really it's saying negative times a negative right here. When you add them up, you get 150. So A is your answer. Isabella earns $12.35 per hour and Noah earns $9.50 per hour. How much more money does Isabella earn than Noah? So it's the same problem. You take 12.35 and you subtract it by 9.5, because you're trying to find the difference between them. So when you subtract it, you should get so it should be B. That's your answer, because if you subtract it correctly, you should get 2.85. So the distance from the school to the theater is 3.2 miles, and the distance from the school is 1.9 miles. What is the least possible distance between the theater and the post office? So basically, it's the same it's the same problem. So you just take you just try to find the difference in between the two distances. So you have 3.2 minus 1.9. And if you can subtract it correctly, you should get 1.3, which is A. For number 5, Mirabai has two bank accounts, one with negative $30 and negative $50 on each account. How much more money does Mirabai will have on the second account? So you have negative 30 here in a bank account. You never want that, because then you're basically broke. But since we're doing a problem like this, we're trying to find how much more money does she have in the second account. So let's just assume that this account is the second account and this one's the first. So we have $50 and we're trying to find how much more money, so we subtract with the other value, which is negative 30. So then we know. Yeah, okay, sorry. So then you have 50 minus negative 30, and if we look at the problem, where is it? Right here? Yeah. It's the same concept. So you have 50 minus a negative number. Since there's two negatives, you just change them to a positive. So you get 50. Add them up, you get 80. So your answer is C. Nicholas weighs 93.6 kilograms and he lost 8.9. How much does he weigh now? Now this is really simple. It's just a subtraction problem, just like this. But he basically starts off as 93.6 kilograms, and he just loses 8.9. So this is basically it. He just loses. So if you subtract it, so that is 7. So the answer is B, 8.47. Because you just take what he weighs minus how much, well, just minus this value because that's how much he lost, and you should get 84.7. Now here, this is just really simple. You have -4 parentheses 7. When you have a problem like this, it's really just saying 4 times -4 times 7. And when you do that, you get -28 because 4 times 7 equals 28, and since you have a negative number, you just add the negative number there to it. However, if it was -4 times -7, two negatives, when you multiply with each other, you get a positive number, just like here. Because this is really just 50 minus -1 times -30. So you should be able to do the other ones, but for example, like number 3, you have -9 parentheses -10, so you just write it out like this. And when you multiply them, you get 90, because 9 times 10 equals 90. And since they're both negative, they cancel each other out. And when you get to a problem like number 9, what you want to do is you want to multiply two numbers first. So say if like you have -1.9 times. So when you so for number 3, you have -1.9 times 3.3. First, you want to take two of the numbers. It doesn't matter which one. I just picked the first two. You just multiply them with each other. You should get -6.27, and then you just multiply it by 7. So you should get -43.89. So yeah, all you have to do is just like take any two numbers, like you can even do like -1.9 times 7, then you multiply it by 3.3, and you'll still get the same answer. It doesn't matter which order you do it, since it's multiplication. But just two numbers, multiply with each other, take the product, and multiply by the third number. You should be able to do the rest on your own for practice. And if you want to check your work, I'll write the answers here. So 44 should be 88, 5 should be -36, 6 should be 3.25, 7 should be just 7, 8 should be 16, 10 should be 30, and this is 6. Now, I recommend that you guys try these on your own, and you can just check your answers here. Okay, so in 1940, the surface area of the Dead Sea was about 980 square kilometers. From 1940 to 2001, the average rate of change in surface area was -5.7 kilometers per year. Find the surface area of the Dead Sea in 2001. Okay, so we're given the average rate of change, which is -5.7 per year. And so initially it started from 980 square kilometers. But as time passed on, it decreased. So you have, from the difference in time is 61. So you just take 61, multiply it by the rate, which is 61 times -5.7. And then you should get -347.7, and you just take, wait, yeah, you just take the initial square feet, and then you just add this to it because it's a negative. And when you subtract it, you should get 600. Yeah, the answer should be 623.3. That's the answer. The rest you should be able to do on your own, so thank you for watching.